Scott Reigel,
Jeff Akers from Brutality.
and we're here to talk about our new album, Sempiternity, coming out on May 27th on Emanzipation Productions.
Yes.
Out of Denmark. I guess we'll kind of start off talking about our...
The first song is Orchestrated Devastation.
Yep.
And that song was written probably about 4 years ago. We've been working on that song for a while. And it's funny because it really just goes with what's going on in the world, with everything with the COVID and the governments and all the things that's going on. So it's kind of a song that was written a while ago, but really goes with what's going on now, even more so than before. So it's a really cool song, something that right from the get-go gets you ready for a nice heavy ride through this album. So I'm hoping you enjoy it.
That's a pretty intense song, vocal-wise too, with all the different things that we switch off on and all the different ways that were able to add vocals in and do things on these songs that we kind of really never messed with before. We always did the double vocal thing, but we just never really, got to really explore it a lot more.
And do different things in different ways, in different spots that we've never done before.
Just different patterns that we did on this album.
Right, for sure. So it's different, but the same is what we do. But we try to always make things a little bit different, so it's not stale and sounds fresh and not rehashed. We try to not rehash as much as we can possibly do, but it sticks with what we do, and it's so far it really looks good, sounds good, and can't wait for it to come out.
And then we got the second song on the album, Fluid in Silence, that kind of came with the title with, I guess, things about me and myself and how I guess my biggest thing is not to say anything about stuff.
Right.
So it's
keeping things to yourself.
Keeping things to myself.
Right. And it's a really good song from beginning to end. It's pretty much nonstop, just aggression and in your face, and it does a lot of different patterns and movements and things that it has a lot of different feels to it. So it's a really cool song, and it's one of my favorites probably on the whole thing. Is just the way it came together and how everything worked with it. It's really
you can feel the anger in that song.
Oh, for sure. The aggression is nonstop in that song. It's a very aggressive song for sure. It's very good, and hopefully everybody likes it as much as we do.
And with that song, it goes back to that Tampa kind of Florida death metal feeling song. The way the riffs are, and the way it's just put together in general. And Jarrett put the leads and stuff, the last lead in it, and kind of put stuff in there to make it feel more Florida-like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Jarrett Pritchard, and then we got Ronnie Parmer on drums, and they just added another dimension to what we already do and made what we already do even heavier than what it was. And we're probably the tightest we've ever been as a band. And the new songs, you can see it in the way we play and just the way everything is in those songs, that it's just really tight, and we really feed off each other and feel the same way about what we're doing. So it's a really cool thing. It's really cool.
And it's something that we didn't even know that this was going to even ever come together.
Right.
With everything that went on with COVID, and personally between ourselves and other members of the band, personal things that are going on in our lives, family-wise. I mean, I've lost my father during all of this stuff, not because of COVID per se, but made me think differently about how my life was going to be led.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it was just, all of us are going through things that it was hard for us to even get to this point.
Right. And then the way we were writing songs, we had pretty much had the album done, and we were planning on recording everything, and then COVID came, and then all of these other things were happening. And we just weren't really happy with the way the songs were coming together, because we've always been a band that's always been in a room with riffs and said, okay, let's write some music.
An organic style band.
Right. So it made it a little bit different, and we really didn't like how it was coming out. So we kind of were just like, you know what? Let's walk away from this for a little while and decide what we want to do later on down the road. then Emancipation came up to us and said, hey, would you guys like to do something that's maybe a swan song or something like that? And we thought about it, and we were like, well, you know, we do have some new stuff that we really wanted to get out there. So let's do something. So we figured we could do some new songs, some old songs, and some different things to get an album out there for our fans and for ourselves, just to get out the new music that we've been working on.
Which we can go into the re-recorded songs that are on the Andescendant Offering 7-inch that we put out in 2019. We recorded with Jarrett Pritchard on 2-inch tape, and we just did it just to have fun. Basically, we didn't even know what we were going to do with those songs. We recorded Artistic Butchery and Crushed just on a weekend in the studio, just to play with a tape machine that was from 1992. And we just wanted to play with it, and Jarrett wanted to play with it, and we ended up
having a couple of songs. We decided, well, let's put them out. You know what I mean? And it's some cool stuff. It's got Ronnie playing on it. It's got Jay Fernandez playing on it, which he didn't play on the other song, Artistic. So it made that a little bit different, and it made the drums a little bit different. So it's the same songs, but just with a little bit of a different twist as far as just the playing style of our drummer, and having Jay playing on it and different leads and things that he did. So it turned out really good, and this will be the first time that you could hear it besides the 7-inch. We've never released it, you know, in the media, social-wise, or on any other kind of format. Right. No. So it's basically just the 7-inch. So this being on there will give a chance for people who didn't buy the 7-inch to get it, and it's still available if you want to get it as a collectible or something like that. You know, so it's still out there.